There are a lot of problems and issues when it comes to welfare and the so-called entitlements in our country these days. You know, I understand the impulse and the desire that Americans have to help each other because that's who we are. It's in our DNA, it's in our cultural DNA. We want to help each other. You know, after we had the hurricane in Texas a few months ago, who saved Texas? It was regular Americans that took their SUVs and their trucks and their boats and food and water and clothes and temporary shelters and drove from all over the country to Texas and saved Texas. And ironically, the government got in the way in some cases, right? But Americans are generous and they want to help each other, and they've proven time after time after time that they do help each other. But the wrong way to go about that is to force people through taxes, to take their property through taxes and then give it to somebody else and pick winners and losers and confiscate property that doesn't belong to them. And I don't think it's right to be using the instruments of government like taxes to do that, because that's not really virtuous and charitable at all. People will help each other when they're allowed to, when they have their empowerment and their resources, and Americans will do it. We don't need to force them. That's no kind of virtue and charity at all. I would even go so far as to say, you know, the methodology we do it by taxing people and then sending it to the federal government, and then federal government has this huge wasteful bureaucracy to try to redistribute it back out. That wastes so much of the resources and the money that we sent them. It's just not efficient. It's not the right way. They end up picking winners and losers. Money gets squandered and wasted. It's not even the best mechanism for distributing the wealth to other people. Finally, I think this is a local issue. Solutions and help ultimately come from people closest to the problems. A distant bureaucracy is not truly going to help people get back up on their feet. It's not going to really help people the way neighbors and family and friends and communities can. And that's why I want to make American government local again, so we can send the money and the power back to the states and the people and the entities that really will be able to come up with the right solutions and the best solutions.